Queen Mary's Dark Harbor returns once again to Long Beach this fall to thrill and terrify. This afternoon, some of the creative team behind Dark Harbor have come to share some of their madness and mayhem you can expect when the dark tide flows in after summer. Please welcome to the stage Executive Producer of the Queen Mary's Dark Harbor and Assistant Director of Entertainment and Events at the Queen Mary, Charity Hill. Director of Entertainment Events at the Queen Mary, Steve Sheldon. Executive Talent Director at the Queen Mary's Dark Harbor, David Wally. And the man that runs the ship, the captain.
Yeah, baby. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome to the Midsummer Scream panel for Dark Harbor. Oh, yeah. Oh, such a nice welcome. Nothing like a warm hand on your opening, is there? It's lovely. What? Before we start, such a lovely crowd. Let me find out a bit about you. Who's here as part of a group of more than 2 or more, let's say? Quite a few of you, that's exciting. When you go out on the floor, I might see you out there, so everyone just point to the weakest link in your group. For some of you, that was really easy. If you don't know who the weakest link is, it's probably you. Are you excited to find out all about Dark Harbor 2016? Yeah, you are. Look at our panel right here. It's like a bad dating game show, isn't it? Contestant number 1, describe to me your perfect date. And wrong. Perfect date is October 31st. If these were 3 Tinder profiles right now, I'd swipe right, swipe right, swipe left. And so, let's get underway and find out what's happening at Dark Harbor this year. Mr. Wally, I'm going to start with you because I know everyone wants to know, are the swings back? The swings are back!
I love the vomit circle.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Don't walk underneath them. Don't walk underneath them.
What else do we have back?
I'll tell you. We got, this one. This is the one. There we go.
Oh, my favorite.
Drinking.
So I feel like in Southern California, we're like one of the only haunts that has like a liquor license and takes like full advantage of it.
Oh, we have less bars this year, right?
No!
More bars.
We have more bars. Since you spend most of your time in a queue line, we decided to add a bar to every queue.
A bar to every queue. Going for the world record of code greens this year, let me tell you that right now.
No. Code B.
Code B. Don't walk underneath those swings, I'm telling you.
I think I'm going to wear a protector this year. You know, one of the bars that we've added is at the very beginning, before you even get inside, so you can actually come for Happy Haunting Happy Hour, an hour before we open.
That's right. We want you to get your drink on before we open the doors, 6 to 7.
You know what's better also when you come early? Parking. Parking's better if you come early.
Ooh, you should probably Uber or Lyft.
And we have also added lots of talent outside in the village area while people wait. So for that first hour this year, there will be an hour's worth of entertainment while you guys are waiting to get in.
Impossible to be bored, hard to be sober, but possible.
Oh, one of my other favorite bars, Big Top Bar.
Big Top Bar.
Yeah, it's basically like double-sided. So you've got Big Top Bar on one side, and then there are peepholes in case you are too cheap to buy the upgrade for Sideshow. They have a bar too.
Nice. And of course we have the RIP Lounge.
Another favorite.
What's going on with the RIP this year? Rumor has it that something's come back.
Oh, we have tacos, I think.
Tacos are back. You wanted tacos, we brought you tacos.
That's it. That's the end of the panel. You guys get tacos. You're welcome. Thank you.
That's what makes you guys happy.
So let me get this straight. Our VIP RIP lounge experience is now a fast ride pass,
Boom.
taco bar,
Yeah.
unlimited, 2 cocktails,
2 cocktails.
as if you can't drink enough,
And sideshow admission.
admission to Sideshow.
Boom. You're going to want to be the Sideshow. We're going to talk about that in just 1 second. What else do we got going on? Oh, Cabanas are back.
But better,
Better?
Way better.
How?
Double-sided.
Cabanas will this year be in between the swings and sideshows. So you're going to be able to look over both areas. You can see the main stage on one side, you can see the sideshow stage on the other. So you
And
can
it
get
comes
totally-
with free access to Sideshow too, so you don't have to wait in line. You're kind of like your mini party within the party.
Comfy little seats to sit down?
Oh, and my other favorite thing,
Yeah, what is
you can order up a freak a la carte.
Oh,
Wow, you can party in the front or the back this year.
we're not
And get your freak on at the same time.
So it could be like bottle of vodka, check, freak, check.
It's
It
like
might
a
be one of
regular
those.
party, it's Charlie Sheen party, isn't it, back there?
And looking in from the Cabanas is the Sideshow, which is back.
Sideshow is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. I feel like it's like a bird's eye view, a monster eye view, backstage, sinistery, dark, dirty, dank, monsters creeping and crawling.
Sell it. Go, sell it. Just keep selling it, just like that.
Sounds like our office during the day.
Yeah. I just came to attention. I don't know about anyone else.
The sideshow is totally reimagined this year, so it's a completely different experience, bigger, better.
Almost
more-
a mini
more
maze.
monsters, Yeah.
It's its
Yeah,
own
what I love
little-
about it this year is if you guys were around a couple of years ago, we did Sideshow where it was sort of like a maze through, and that was the whole experience. That was very cool. And then last year we did it where it was slightly different, but it was this hang at the end where it was like a lounge, there was a bar, there was acts going on all the time, so we said, let's combine them. So it's sort of both of those things in one this year. And we are just chock full of entertainment this year. We had so many talented people come out to audition for Dark Harbor the last couple of weeks, and we've got more monsters than ever. We've got more stage performers than ever. It's going to be happening on the main stage, on the sideshow stage, on the village stage,
Queue
all around the
line.
event, and we've added entertainment to the queue lines this year as well. So if you're sitting there waiting in lines for half an hour, 45 minutes, you're going to be sitting there, you're going to be seeing magicians and sideshow performers and belly dancers and aerialists and
And
musicians and fire. We got
Fire.
fire. We got all the fire in Southern California this year. We went up to Santa Clarita, we took it. I love them. I drove past. It's all good. Thank God for our firefighters. Thank you. I'm sorry.
I want to take you up on the point. You said if you're standing in line for half an hour, 45 minutes. If you're standing in line for only half an hour, 45 minutes, you're there after hours.
So what you're saying is,
Enjoy the entertainment.
okay. You
And
don't
the
want to know
bar.
about all this. You want to know about the mazes.
What do we have? What's coming back this year?
Coming back, a dead rise near you. Oh,
Right!
Captain, did you put that first on purpose?
No, not at all. We should just start with the best. That's what I'd say.
Whoa!
Oh, I'm like, where's Wally? I just appear there when you least expect it.
Dead Rise is one of our favorite mazes because we have to follow a definitive plan each year because there's no constraints to us, so we can sort of reimagine it, come up with new surprises, new ways of scaring you each year. And our brilliant design team has lots of tricks up their sleeves for you guys. So this one tells the story of Half-Hatch Henry and the Captain, and it was one of our favorites at Dark Harbor last year for sure.
Yeah, I think it was my favorite.
B340s.
Back through the mind, through the imagination of Samuel the Savage. And this also is parts of B340 are being totally reimagined this year as well. So it'll be a new experience.
I think we're going to a different part of his brain, like traveling down to his id instead of His ego?
Sounds fun. Yeah, I always prefer the lid. Yeah.
And by the looks of the photo, you get spanked by a nun halfway through. What the hell, man?
Captain, not everyone has a crew like you.
That's true. Oh, soulmates. I'd swipe right on that, let me tell you.
Ooh, Soulmate's gonna be really fun this year. We decided to turn it around and dial it back a little bit and go into history. History of Graceful Gale. So it's her maiden voyage, and it's kind of a journey through how she became who she is today.
The footprint of the maze is totally different as well. So we've got a new entrance, a new path. You're going to go into areas that we have never had accessible during Dark Harbor in the past. The maze is about a third longer than it was last year. So it'll be bigger than monsters.
We cut through the red tape to bring you into the propeller room.
Don't tell our boss. He doesn't know.
Don't tell anybody.
Uh-oh. Lullaby. Scary Mary. Everybody keeps saying they see Scary Marys anyway. I cast one woman.
How many?
One woman
One,
for Scary
two,
Mary.
3, 4, 5,
There's only
6,
one.
7.
There's only
Are we
one.
gonna have more creepy little girls?
There's a Mary everywhere you look.
Well, there's also an alternate path this year. So you may have to go through more than once to have different experiences, and who knows what you'll experience while you're there.
I think the last time we went and tried to follow this new path, there's a wall that opens up. I ended up on the other side of it.
I got lost
You
for a
ended
week.
up. You're still there.
I'm still there.
Last time David went through, he came out as Scary Mary.
That's correct. Anybody
challenging
who's been there on Halloween night knows they put me in a dress every damn year.
I would say
They
if you're
put me in a
going.
dress, they put me, you ask for it every damn year.
I would say if you're going to that one, hang on to your groups because you might be separated.
Contrary to rumors, Circus is not going away. Circus is back this year. Also featuring a couple of different split your path options once you get inside of there.
A ball pit.
The ball pits are back.
David, I think you have a ball pit in your room now, don't you?
I do have a ball pit in my room. I dive right in every night. I'm still digging those damn colorful balls out of my car every time I get in there. Those balls went everywhere last year.
I'm not saying a word.
Huh?
No, nothing. I got nothing.
Okay.
You want to talk about balls, go for your life. I'm gonna stop you.
I was not talking about. Okay, never mind. Hex. What is Hex? Hex.
Paintball gallery.
What?
A re-envisioned experience this year. Hex is our paintball gallery. You may have played paintball last year, but if you did, it's nothing like you'll see this year. Totally different, reimagined.
I'm
It's
a
in the
little bit
theme.
late for the party. What is the Hex about? Why are we doing a Hex?
Did you not tell him? Uh-oh. Okay, so the theme of paintball has to do with a little voodoo, and maybe a hex on Voodoo Village.
What?
Yeah,
Where's the Voodoo Village?
it's there,
What?
but it's not there.
Are you saying we can't go to the Voodoo Village this year?
No, so we need everybody to go hit up the paintball gallery. We've got to shoot down the hex of the village.
But
And
this-
until we do that, we don't have Voodoo Village.
This makes me sad. I love the Voodoo Village.
Oh, wait, what? On the count of 3, I want everyone to just do a big awe for the Voodoo Village. 1, 2, 3. That was pathetic.
More
It
than
almost
all.
been
I mean,
What?
a little reverence. We should.
Who was part of this? Who put a hex on it?
I don't know, but we do. Well,
I have an idea.
there's no sippy cups here.
She who shall not be named.
Oh, come on. Just because I told her that was it, I'm taking back my ship. She put a hex on the Voodoo Village and took it back. I mean, I'm happy I have my ship back and I'm now in complete control. But this is how she gets me back.
That's
Well,
what she
I
gets
think
you
it
back.
was also because we threatened taking away Circus, so.
So I see. So she took away something and so she could keep Circus.
Yeah.
I see how she plays.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I think, I'm disappointed by this, I'm not going to lie. I think we should all just have a moment's silence and reflect on all the good things about Voodoo Village. All right, everyone. What? Shh! Quiet!
What the heck is going on here?
What is that? Who is
Who is
that?
that? What's happening?
No!
Who is it?
Captain, what's going on?
No!
Who is it?
Why are you here?
Why am I here? I need 50 cents for the meter outside.
We have a budget. No. Did you bring him back?
Not me.
Is this part of the hex?
Ooh,
Did the ringmaster do this?
I don't know. Who is that?
I haven't seen him in 80 years.
He's gone. Where did he go?
Thank you.
You talk to me like that, I'm coming.
I think he's lost in the convention center.
He's disappeared for
There he is.
80 years.
I need a breath there. It's exhausting coming up those stairs. I've had a long journey.
Disappeared for 80 years. This, my friends, is the person who built the Queen Mary. To normal folk, he is John Blackwood, but I call him the Iron Master.
Thank you, that's what I am. What have you been doing all this time, anyway?
I've been looking after my ship. Where have you been for 80 years?
I've been traveling the world, my friends, with my buddies down here, and now I'm back. You're a sore sight for eyes, aren't you?
What?
You see, you like that I still got the sense of humour now, haven't I?
Where have you been for 80 years?
I'll tell you where I've been. I am the Iron Master! And I'm the builder and designer of the Queen Mary. I have been to the other side. Adele says hello, by the way.
The other side? You mean like San Diego?
You haven't lost your sense of humour now, have you? I'll tell you what happened to me. It was one late night on October 31st, 1936. I was an employee of John Brown's shipyard when a ghostly train came rolling in through the fog. And a ghostly apparition came out and beckoned me into that train. The train known as Intrepid. If I'd known that night that I was going to be cursed for the rest of my life, would I have changed my mind? I think not. Because here I am today as the Iron Master, not that little fiddly human being I was all those years ago. And then I travelled the world with this train, cursed to hell, with all picking up monsters and ghouls wherever I went. And now I'm back because I hear there's a problem with my ship. So I'm going to take over as the official and rightful master and commander of the Queen Mary.
No.
Yes.
Listen here, Shrek.
What's
You're telling me you've been on a haunted train for 80 years?
What do you think? I've said it about 15 times now, yes.
And you think that qualifies? Have you ever ridden the LA Metro?
Never before in my life. Have you been on the barge before? That one's higgledy-piggledy, and it goes under the water.
This woman that sold your soul wouldn't happen to be called Bundara, would she?
I would say that one more time. I'm a little hard of hearing. It's been 80 years on a train from hell.
No, I'm tired of these stories. I don't care. You built the ship. I sailed the ship. It's my ship.
Yeah, but you're a driver from England. Have you seen the English drivers? They're awful. You're on the wrong side.
All right, enough, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Getting personal, are we? Sponge face.
You tell him. Stop, or I'll show you me starfish.
What are you gonna do? Hey, I got something in my spotter that'll get you. I'm telling you that, mate.
I cannot believe you are back. Here's the thing, though. Such a sob story. You've been on a train for 80 years. Anyone could be on a train for 80 years. I could survive a train for 80 years. Could you survive a train for 80 years? Yes!
Well, the train from hell wasn't exactly a joyride now, was it? Nobody a carnival, planes or trains or boats that set sail from Long Beach.
Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? In October, you're going to get a chance, because we're introducing you to our new maze, the Intrepid!
The Intrepid is a beautiful train.
Part haunted train, part ship boneyard. You will get to steal steel your metal and try your worth against the worst that the Iron Master can offer you. Do you think you're up to the challenge?
I can't hear you! That's more like it!
All right, the challenge has been set. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in October
I will.
for Dark Harbor. And now, I'm going to open it up to the floor if anyone has any questions.
All right, I'm gonna take a pew for now.
Cross your legs, don't Sharon Stone us.
Oh, I won't do that. Don't worry. I'm actually wearing some underwear for the change.
Is that
Oh, my sporran's getting in. I have to do it like this instead. I can't move.
You say Spawn and I say Merkin.
Well, you never. I got the front cut with my boots. There you go.
Take it.
Yeah, very nice. All right.
Any questions from the floor?
Yes, I see someone down there.
Got one over here?
Are they going to have more actors in the mazes this year?
That's an excellent question. A very good question. All right, everyone. That is how you ask a question. Fantastic question. Great question. Thank you. Next.
We have to answer the question. We have to answer. We actually have to answer.
Oh, sorry. I totally just trumped you there. Shouldn't really say anything, did I? I'm not from this country. I don't care.
Yes.
I see.
We're going to have about 10% more monsters in the maze across the whole. And I'm very, very grateful to my friends at the Queen Mary for really leading into that and helping us to address that situation this year and give us the funds necessary to make it the best, most exciting version of Dark Harbor that we've ever done.
Over here? Yeah. Here. I'll hold it for you. Stand up.
Where will Intrepid be located?
Ooh. This is my favorite. Something we've opened up for Dark Harbor this year a little more is the Dome. So Intrepid as well as Circus will be in the Dome, and there may or may not be a bar and a stage on the boundary in the Dome.
Yeah, it's going to be on inside the dome this year. It's going to be a really fun place to be. That's for sure. Who else?
Any question?
Yep. Stand up.
While we're
I haven't forgotten about you up there. We'll come find you.
When do
Or
tickets
if we
go on
answered your
sale?
question already.
When do tickets go on sale?
They're on sale. Tickets are on sale now. Starting at $20. Happy Hunting Hour tickets start at $20.
We have a question over here. There's a microphone going in.
Will the front of the line pass still be unlimited this year?
Unlimited? Sorry.
Unlimited use.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely have taken down the amount of Fast Ride passes we have so that we can deliver a better experience for the guests who are able to purchase those. So I would say if you want a Fast Ride pass, especially on the weekend, you should
Get it
buy
early.
now.
Something else, while we're waiting for the next question, we didn't mention was we have a brand new experience this year that we're introducing. It's a 4D virtual maze called Panic. So for those who don't know, there's a brand new state-of-the-art 4D theater aboard the Queen Mary that just opened late last year. And we're using that this year to create a brand new experience, unlike anything you've ever seen at Dark Harbor. So we're really excited to introduce that.
That's over on the Soulmate side of the ship?
Yes.
Great.
We have a question back here.
Hi. Iron Master, I just want to say, I'm really happy I'm not the only one wearing a skirt here today.
At least I have a reason. I'm a Scot. You're just some kind of strange maid.
Here, talk to my mother about that.
I will do.
I still think you could take it. Totally.
So, not that I don't like you, I already do, but will we still be able to see the Ringmaster this year?
You sure will.
I haven't seen him myself.
The Ringmaster's back and still in full force, of course.
No, not in full force. I won't accept full force. I'll accept half-assed force.
Very well.
Fine.
There might be a little competition this year for attention.
And we have a question over here to your right.
So Iron Master, my question for you is...
Oh, it's another one for me.
I was really excited to hear about you this year, but my question is, why do you not have a beard?
Oh, why do I not have a beard? What sort of question is that? I've been on the road for 80 years. My beard fell off ages ago. I got scars, war scars, battle scars. Last thing I'm going to worry about is my beard. It got burnt off in the furnace of hell. That's where it went. But thank you for your question anyway.
She does have a point. I mean, you replaced everything else with iron.
I know, it's true. And I'm a Scot. Scots should have beards. It's true, they should, yes. I don't like beards though. I can't sleep with a beard. It's uncomfortable. I'd rather have a cracked face with blood and scars everywhere. It's much more delightful to look at in the morning when I get out, brush my teeth. Which incidentally, I haven't brushed in over 100 years.
You've got a tea strainer on your face, you big girl's blouse.
I just had a cup of tea on the train on the way here. What do you think?
Another
It's handy.
Unlike many events, you guys have a lot of restraints when it comes to producing mazes at your event. Inherently, what are some of the challenges that come with designing mazes on the ship? Because there are some tight quarters in there.
There are, but our design team and our build team is very, very clever and very, very smart. They've been doing it in Dark Harbor for the last 6 years, and it's always a wonderful challenge in the best possible way to figure out how they can reimagine these areas, particularly when we're not retheming an entire maze. We've had years where we rethemed when we went from Containment to Soulmate, and we went from Submerged to Lullaby, and we went from Hellfire to B340. That was a whole new theme, so it was sort of easy to tackle that thing. The more challenging lift for them is how do you take something when we're not completely retheming it, but make it feel brand new and exciting and find new surprises and secrets. So our best secret weapon for that is that we hire really, really talented people to do that work.
I would also say that something that a lot of people may not know is that we put a lot of care and time into designing the mazes and making sure that we are not causing any damage or any further damage to areas of the ship. The Queen Mary is a living, breathing monument and museum, and we take very seriously, ensuring that she stays around for generations to come. So our team is very careful and very deliberate in what they do and how they design mazes to make sure that we don't cause any damage.
And luckily, I mean, we have someone on staff who works with us on preservation. So because our design team has been with us so long, he's just a phone call away. So any questions we have to preserve our asset, they're there for that.
And our team is passionate about the ship itself as we are the event and the people that work on it. So it's really the Dark Harbor team, for the most part, has been together for years now, and we're really like family. We should also mention while we're doing it, make sure we don't let this slide, the brilliant costumes and makeup that are done each and every year for our event. I think really stand out. Katie Briscoe and Christina Crawford in the front row are brilliant costumes.
While we get the microphone up to you, I have a question.
Yes.
Do I still get to give people some private tours of the mazes if they request?
You do. That's part of your rent-a-freak. Not to say you're a freak.
I've been called worse.
I know. By me.
We do have a VIP experience. So along with having your own party at Dark Harbor, another option that we have is for you to experience the mazes with our Sinister 7, or I guess our Evil 8 now.
We're getting bigger and bigger.
We are. So yes, that's something you can find on our online at our website at queenmary.com.
We have a question here.
Hello, I'm a big fan, and
I love you already.
I love you too. Speaking of that, I have a question. Are you in love with Graceful Gale?
You do spend a lot of time with her.
You do.
If Graceful Gale and I were on Facebook, our status would be, it's complicated. Let's just put it that way. We're having a a relationship that only two dead people could have. Just not very animated. So, yeah, it's just like a marriage, really.
I heard that about you.
Next question.
Over here.
That must be a lot of bird poop.
I was just wondering how many Dark Harbor monsters might be in your audience today.
That's a good question. Who's representing Dark Harbor today? I thought he seemed loud over there.
Woohoo!
Inmates are running the asylum.
I want to take a second and acknowledge the fact that all of the talent in Queen Harbor is premium compared to everything else. All the mazes are exceptionally longer. There aren't any that have been shortened. Would be one question I have.
No, nothing's been shortened. The Intrepid's going to be a quite long maze, which is fantastic. Soulmate and Lullaby are both very long mazes. Circus is longer than it's been, with more scares this year as well.
And I think Dead Rise is longer
It's a bit
this
longer
year
as
as
well,
well. You know, for us, we go for quality, not necessarily quantity. We don't have the real estate to do, 20, 30 mazes, but the ones we do pack a punch. It's really important to us. And our talent, they are our commodity. They're amazing, and without David, we wouldn't have them. So thank you, David.
I do appreciate your comment. We're very, very proud of what we do at Dark Harbor, but we love all of the haunt community, and we really respect what Knox does and what Universal does, and what Six Flags does, what 17th Door does, what Sinister Point does. We're one big community, and we see each other in the off seasons, and sometimes people from other events come and work for us, and sometimes our guys go and work for them, and it's all good. We love the whole Southern California haunt community very, very much. One team, one dream.
You're like a father to us all. You're like my Han Solo to my Kylo Ren.
So don't say I'm old.
Not for much longer.
Okay.
It's okay.
Another question.
So, given the paranormal events of the Queen Mary, how it's supposedly haunted, I'm wondering if you guys have ever had any paranormal experience while setting up. I think it's safe to say most of us up here have. I know that there are certain things on our build team. There are places that they won't go unless they're in pairs when they're building. Maybe they don't want me to tell you that, but that's true. And then working on the ship every day, we're often there very late, so I try not to think about what's in my peripheral. But we do experience things, even in board meetings with 20 people in a room, the door will open and close, and we just kind of pretend like it didn't happen and move on.
One of my favorite stories from our build crew was that they were setting up some props in a specific area on the ship, and they set some things, stacked them on top of each other, walked out of the room to go get more, came back, and everything was scattered all over the floor. And it was clear that it had been done deliberately, and they thought, maybe somebody is messing with us, don't know. So they put a camera, a phone, I guess, to record, and set it all back up and walked away, came back about an hour later, and everything was all over the floor again. They went back to the tape, and it had recorded for exactly 60 seconds, and then it stopped.
Oh my.
You built it!
You build it.
David, have you had any experience?
I am the cynic and of everything, and I have never ever experienced anything until 2 years ago. We were at checkout, and person who used to be on my staff was very, very eager to meet a ghost. I was never eager to meet a ghost at all. She desperately wanted to meet a ghost. And one night we're sitting together checking people out, and all of a sudden this thing goes by my head. And I was like, that was weird. Okay. And a couple of minutes later, this thing goes by the other side of my head. I'm sitting there going, what the hell's going on? And I start to get a little bit like attentive to it, and then it happens again. And now I'm not just attentive, I'm getting freaked out a little bit. And I turned to Bree and I said, I think you might be right. I think that there could be a ghost that, like, doing this thing. She said, really, what's happening? I said this thing, and the other thing, and she's just listening, nodding very, very calmly, and then she just goes, and I look across the room, and one of my monsters has one of those little ear guns. He had to come back and audition again the next year, so who won, really, when you ask the question?
I feel like
That's the closest I've had to a real scary situation.
It sounds like a dare.
Yeah, it could happen.
Okay.
In the back there?
So as most of these SoCal haunts have started to push the envelope more, and more of them are doing waiver-worthy events, I know you guys did one a few years ago. Are you planning on maybe bringing that back anytime soon?
Honestly, I'd say with our mix of many bars, it's probably not the best mix for the Queen Mary. Her being a historic asset, it takes quite a village, quite an army already to keep her safe, as well as all of our guests during our haunt. So I don't foresee. I definitely think we'll push limits in other ways, but I'm not sure we'll do a waiver maze in this time.
If you, however, wish to sign a waiver and do a nude run through the event, I will happily applaud. Go for it. I'm not sure we're allowed to scare people that much, are we?
You're the boss.
I feel like maybe you could probably rent a room and head out at 4 in the morning and wander the halls, and that could be your waiver experience.
Exactly. Anybody else have any questions for us?
We are really excited to have you guys see Dark Harbor this night.